Rise and shine. Grand rising to all my beautiful folks out there. It's me, your girl, the Talk with Tiny. And today, I just want to just come here urgently. Thank you. Shout out to Raptor News because Raptor News, that's my buddy, y'all. He be on point. On point because Raptor News be on point. And, right now, what I want to show you in 4 minutes. 4 minutes can change your whole mind, you know. And on top of that, war is brewing. Okay, war is brewing in the making. And let me tell you something. Like I said, these stupid white supremacy folks will never see that shit. And although they may think that's what they want, they really literally want to destroy America. They have no more use for this. They're done with it. Okay, they're done with us. They're done with it. They want to take out the whole land. Okay, and they will use some illusion. But here's the deal. Here's the thing. This land right here belongs to the Most High. It belongs to the Lord of all spirits. You understand? You understand this? The Lord of spirits. You know what I'm saying? The Most High. Okay? The creator of heaven and earth. The one who gives birth to it all. Every second. And to give birth, that's why everything in a mother nature, okay, is always giving birth. That's why there's 4 seasons. Okay? You got so many lands, and it's so important that we learn our lands. Learn the lands. Learn the lands as far as with the seasons. But that's another video for another day. Today, what I have here for you is something very disturbing, to say the least. And I'm not trying to fearmonger. Another video for another day. Why is this coming up? Okay, so this video right here should be life-changing. Every second is going to be life-changing for us. Okay, like I said, stop being comfortable.
This is Raptor News. We have heard that America sent some nuclear subs over to Japan and hit Japan's Titanic plates underwater and caused the Fukushima earthquake that caused all the devastation to the nuclear power plant in Japan in 2011. That's what we heard. Whether that's true or not, we have no idea. But as you see, things get worse. Dangerous mind. Why land on an asteroid? Now we're talking about all these asteroids and comets.
We're now on our course. We have validated that the impactor is on its trajectory within less than a kilometer, which is absolutely phenomenal from a navigation viewpoint. And we have also established that the flyby is also less than a kilometer from its aim point.
So this is an illustration of them landing on a comet or an asteroid. And this is the actual landing here. And then as you see the light get brighter, they landed on a comet. And this is them watching.
Yes.
Now, the question to ask yourself is, when you're dealing with dangerous minds, why would they want to land on an asteroid? Is it to weaponize it?
We still have yet to perform the actual auto navigation on the impactor flight system itself. That doesn't cut in until 2 hours out. We're still watching the performance converge on the attitude control system and observing that. So we've still got quite a few challenges left to go.
The purpose of the DART mission is to take your spacecraft and you ram it into an asteroid to change the orbit, to change the orbit, to change the orbit, to change the orbit. It's been over the past 20 years that planetary defense has started to be taken seriously after an impact into Jupiter by a comet in the mid-90s, and this impact into Siberia, I think, also opened a few more eyes. What we want to do is understand those orbits for all the asteroids that might come close to the Earth. Then it becomes a matter of picking the new orbit you want for the asteroid and then changing its speed.
What they want to do is redirect the asteroid, put it in a new orbit on a crash collision course to a nation that they want to destroy using the forces of God and asteroid, thus playing God. Now let's be clear. They have nuclear bombs on satellites that can hit anywhere on the earth in a matter of minutes right now. Russia exposed that. They are doing weather manipulations to cause drought to any nation they please. Don't know if that's under their control or not, but I believe they are attempting that. Russia is supposed to have bombs aimed at America's San Andreas fault line and unmanned nuclear subs in our seas. They have been for a long while now bombing asteroids and comets. I have footage of it to fragment them, most likely after they have changed their direction or course. They have been for a while chemtrailing our skies to heat and cool the planet, as they say, thus placing themselves in a position of God to show that they are the ones to destroy the earth. Now, with all that said, we have some visible comets in our skies right now. Though they are faint to see and film, can't get them on camera, I do believe I am seeing 3 different comets in the sky after sunset. So we don't know what type of danger we are in dealing with these people.
Military thinkers have considered launching telephone pole-sized tungsten rods into space. These could be used as kinetic impactors, returning from space with enormous energy. They would release as much energy as a nuclear weapon without all the troublesome radioactivity and fallout. What about non-nuclear weapons in space? Of course, if you had the energy and patience, an asteroid would make a devastating weapon. An asteroid would make a devastating weapon. An asteroid would make a devastating weapon.
This is Raptor News.
And let me tell y'all something. That is your breakfast. This right here is your breakfast. Something to let your heart ponder on. Now listen, I'm gonna say this like this. They doing the Most High a favor, because it's like spitting up in the air and standing right up underneath your spit, and that's just smacking you right in the face. This is how they come up against the Lord. All kings have rise against the Most High. And they are in for a rude awakening. See, what they don't realize is that the Most High has the power to let them eat each other alive. And that's exactly what's happening right now. They getting ready to eat each other alive. That same old pot they cooking up, man, plotting in, they gonna vanish in. That's just the way it is, B. Because the Most High is the ultimate judge, the final say of it all. They're so stupid. Pharaoh's so stupid that his rebellious from the last time of the sea swallowing their asses up. Now they want to go and still try to build that high tower to the Most High. That's what they did. See, when they came against the children of Israel and locked them up and took their identity, they didn't even really take their identity, but just, trained, and put so many generations to sleep to this information. Well, it wasn't even them. It was the power of the Most High. This information was seized for so long. At such a time right now, get ready for the next second Exodus. This time, though, they won't be able to hide in their bunkers. Because I'm going to tell you right now, everything on this earth shall perish. There will be nothing left. Nothing left. That's why I said, come out of Babylon. Get back into your spirit. That is, you have to re-own your spirit, man. Reclaim your spirit. Don't abandon your spirit out of fear. Your spirit is struggling with your mind. Your spirit is struggling with your mind. You know? Your spirit is struggling with your mind. Okay? So we better do better than this, and we better act like we know, because as your spirit is fighting with your flesh, trying to tell your hard-headed ass, stiff-necked ass up, listen, come out of Babylon, stop being wicked, turn from your wicked ways, you know, and I give a shout out to all those who are trying, you know. A shout out to all of those who, you know, we have rebellion spirits right now, because coming into the truth, the whole world's a rebellion place right now. The whole world. Nothing under the sun. However, though, we have to come out of this rebellious spirit and get right. Get right. Reposition yourself and your spirits. Reposition yourself in your spirit. And when you do that, then you reclaim your identity. Okay? Reclaiming your identity is the chosen people of the Most High. Repent. Repent for allowing yourself to be deceived. Repent. Be guilty of that. Be guilty of allowing yourself to be deceived. Even though the word told you not to. Like I tell people, I said, listen, this word is your chessboard. This word is your chessboard. I will be breaking that down to you later on. My spirit, you know, out throughout the day, I'll be doing some studies. We will be talking about not only, you know, the signs of the times, and pestilence and rumors of wars and the sea roaring and earthquakes in various places. We're going to be talking about so much more than that. We're going to talk about how to come out of the carnality and jump back into your spirit. Reclaim your identity, Israel. Then you have to go back and read the chessboard book for what it is, the truth, spirit and in truth. You have to hear the Most High talking to you so you can steadfast and reposition yourself and align with your twin flame. Get back right with your spirit. You have to add it up. You have to match it up. You have to be able to control yourself. Retake your position, your mind. Because what happens is you'll be ready for the fight. Listen, you have to wake up. It'll be you'll be a fool not to wake up at such a time. You'll be such a fool not to reclaim your identity. It's yours. The spirit of baptism, the gamma rays, is here. Now listen, all these little like lumens and doomins that you see in the sky is not a coincidence. They know what they're doing, but they really don't. Now, what I want to tell you about that is that when that shit starts coming down and they think that they're going to be able to control these things through satellite, trust me. Trust me. That's not going to be the case. It is going to be some frags all over the place. I'm telling you right now. Shattering, scattering fire all over the place. That's what they want. That's what they're going to get. They'll never see it coming. That shit will burn their asses down. You want to talk about the destroyer? Let's talk about that destroyer that's coming for their asses. I got like a couple of minutes. You know? The Cobran Bible will tell you that. You know? The Cobran Bible is so serious. It's not even funny. Okay? It's not. This is what they never ever wanted you to see. Okay? They had to break this chessboard down so good they saved the best for last. They really did. It was totally up to you to wake up, and then when you wake up, it's totally up to you to be in the know or not. You know? We're talking about the table of contents. Introduction. Book of Creation. Book of Gleanings. Book of Scrolls. The Book of Scrolls. Book of sons of fire, stone of fire, soft. Book of manuscripts, book of morals and precepts, morals, book of origins, Torrens, book of the silver, bow, book of Lucius, book of wisdom, the Britain book, because they took it first. The first colonizer. See, when you begin to follow your colonizers, everyone came here and picked up a token and left, while your ass was being in captivity throughout generations. You know? And we sit here and we don't know half of the shit. We just be on here looking crazy, thinking we know this. The world is building on so many lies. Lies on top of truth. You gotta go through the lies in order to get to the truth. You know? How many of us are willing? Okay? They just started putting this book out there. You know? It's ancient. This shit is so ancient. You know? We're talking about languages of the 15th, first for BCE century, original Egyptian. Translation. Okay? And this is basically tell you the story of what scared the shit out of these folks during such a time. And it was those comments. Those comments, when you start seeing them comments in the sky, boy, you start seeing lights. See, when you start seeing those lights, that means they are drilling pieces into the comments. They blowing them up, okay? They taking nukes up to they landing on this type of shit, and then they, blowing them up. That's why you see pieces of fire just falling down from the sky. This is Elon Musk's project right now, y'all. I want to tell you this firsthand. Following the exodus of the Jews. Translated. See, several copies of this work was translated into, I don't know how to pronounce that, eventually made its way to Britain. This is because Egypt and, I cannot say that, I have to pronounce it, were both very powerful nations. What nations? Egypt and what nation was this? Let's learn right now. What nation was this? Now, I'm not teaching. Trust me, I am not teaching. Haha, better go ahead with that one. Ancient Greek, alright? Alright, it was called I just feel like I needed I didn't feel like anything. I was forced, not forced to do this, but like led to do this. Let me say that. Okay? Led to do this. And it's what is it called today? Lebanon. Boom. Lebanon. Lebanon and Egypt was the most dominated in those times. Okay? They call Lebanon Greek. But what's so important about this, like I said, if you go and read about the first comes, the first Exodus, okay, they right now playing God. They want to try to like land those wherever. See, that's it's gonna be a fragment. You know, go look up fragment and what is a fragment capable of doing. Just shattering everything on the face of the earth from the impact. Oh my goodness, to the gracious. So I just wanted to tell y'all that, this is what the government is doing. Besides killing the people on the earth, they're trying to destroy the people along with the earth. Okay? And the reason why they're so able to do it is because people play with these religions. I cannot stress this enough. I really can't stress this enough. This is some very sensitive information. I highly recommend that y'all go ahead and go take a look at it yourself. Okay? Because these are things that you could be studying. There's always something to read. You're going to have to, if you want to know what's going on, you're going to have to be diligent. This is the great book to survive. I'm watching my time, y'all. Egyptian text. Bronze book. So y'all want to look in the Egyptian text, bronze book, the first 6 books of the Qumran. Now this book right here, I've read it. It's short and straight to the point. I will be doing some more videos on this over the weekend. And basically these are just, hidden pieces of the law of life that they violate. They violate it so much. They violate it so much. But see, Satan on this face of the planet knows that their time is short. So they got to do as much as possible. It's always the great circles of eternity with yet to be spun out, to be thrown forth as the endless ages of existence and substance. They were to begin with God and return to his completed and infinite variety and expression. Now, this right here is the deepest story you could have, and it's actually very frightening. Not frightening to put fear in your heart. It's enough to fear the Most High and not mankind. So when it comes to these folks, I do not fear them. I do not fear them. I do not fear them like how I fear the Most High, the creator of this all. To see it unfold, to see it unfold right before your eyes in such a time like now. What are we going to do? That's why I said you have to release your spirit from this earth. You have to pass your test in order to make it to the next kingdom. Look. And whatever the case may be, people thinking whatever's going to happen in this Bible, most of it had already happened. We are in prophecy season. Ain't nothing coming to pass but prophecy, baby. And this shall come to pass. Okay? Don't get it twisted. How many earthquakes we already had? How many famines? How many locusts done came? How many plagues done already came? We are here. We at the peak, honey. That fabulous peak they talk about. And then we are part of this script. Alright? So, let's not be so crazy about this and think that we got this all together, because every single day you're gonna have to learn something new. You're gonna have to know, there's always gonna you could always try to look at it in a mankind way, but it's nothing like looking at it in a mighty way, in a godly way. When I say godly, I don't mean because they got the Most High, they done put the Most High into their, brought the Most High down to the earth to that level. But we talking about infinite. We talking about eternal, Alpha, Omega. The one who was, who is, and still yet Okay? The creator of it all, the beginning and the end, eternity. Okay? It is just like that. Yep. There's no beginning and there's no end. It'll end for all of us, you know. And reincarnation is serious. Reincarnation is the realest shit you will ever discover in your DNA. Don't ever get this twisted. That's why this time right now with this generation is so, it's so lit. It's so lit. It's driving them crazy. It's driving them crazy to say, that's why I don't care about them. I really don't care about them. Whatever they're going to do, every time they get closer to us, whatever they do is getting closer to them. Getting closer to them. And they doing their job. So, you know, we heard it all. We read. Y'all was reading this book like a fantasy. You're not paying attention to what they're doing. You're paying attention to what they're saying. And when I say, I mean the powers of evil. The powers of evil that collide with righteousness. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, of evil, wicked doers, and wicked places, and high rulers that are ruling and reigning this polluted, nasty ass. They're liars, they're deceivers, and people need to snap out of it. But hey, they work so good to keep you domesticated in your brain that when it's time to move, that's what happened in slavery. You know how many times 400 years came and it was resetted to be resetted? You know how many times they reset the currency on folks? You know how many times? Hey, Grand Rising sis, what book are you reading? I read so many of them. But this one is the Cobran Bible, and it is serious. I'm sorry when y'all talk to me, and not that I'm ignoring, is that I'm on a whole different screen. So every now and then I'll click over to see, you know, what's going on, you know, in my chat room, you know. I'm sorry. It's so peaceful. It's really nothing. Nobody really comes through, so I really don't pay attention to that. I just, you know, throw this on the universe and let it, you know, cipher. You know, it's always going to be the main ones, the divine, that are going to come through here and find this information. So you're not here by mistake. You're here by a divine appointment. And information is only going to flow through certain people. That's why I keep my channel like this. Let me tell you something, y'all. I ask the Most High, you know, to keep me safe. So when we keep stuff responsible, thank you, baby, for coming through. When we keep our lives responsible, and we're responsible with ourselves, and we're not reckless with information, we're not out here turning this already this war into like civil war, or within ropes in between one another. That's how I like my channel. I like it to be like, if you stumble over this dope ass channel, I go above and beyond to put the information out there, you know. And I try to do this without being a threat, because if you let your channel get too big, see, I'm everywhere on different channels. If you become that person, you become a threat, and they will love to knock you down. So I try to just keep it simple, you know. I plant the seeds, folks can water it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. And the Most High, you know, been doing just that for me, you know. But this is your girl, to Talk with Tiny. Like, share, subscribe, you know. Just, you know, you feel like it. If not, that's fine. You know, there's gonna come a point in time where somebody's gonna be like searching some stuff up, and I never put titles to my stuff, because if I would have did that, I wouldn't have got this far. That's why I don't use titles to my stuff. I don't, you know. And at this point, you know, if I really want stuff to get urgent, like we really want stuff to get urgent, we really have some troubling news. You know, just put somebody's major name in there, hashtag everything you can possibly find famous, and be at the top and get the information out. That's a great way to overcome algorithms. Because see, what happens is in the search bar, when you're searching, you type in people's names up, at the end of the day with a hashtag, regardless, no matter how much they try to debunk it all the way to the bottom, when you type in that name or any kind of type of famous name, that video will come up as well with them. Now, they can't do nothing about that, because a hashtag is everything. Everything can come up with a hashtag. So, very important that we keep each other safe and be each other's keepers some way, somehow. Be watchmen on the wall. Love your brother. Love your sister. Because this war is our war against us. We have to be together on one accord, And I have a very important meeting with someone. They don't know, but they're very, very, very popular on Facebook. And he's a brother. He's LGBT. But he is all about building his black people up. And that is going to be another project that I'm going to, because it's over. Every time they try to do something, my job is to undo it. Period. So look forward to that. Look to that. That we cannot afford to give up on our brothers. Now we have to understand that those who are in this type of state of mind have been abused some kind of type of way. They are victims as well. They're the last thing to be colonized before they decided to go and colonize Mars. Okay, so we got to be realistic with us. And the one thing about my brother is that, he's always trying to build his Black Wall Street. That is his dream. He's black before he's LGBT, and I respect him, because when I was on Bingo, and I'll be like, watching the LGBTs, they be doing the most on there, y'all. It's so heartbreaking. So heartbreaking. They just, there was this one group. I should have recorded that shit. That was treasure right there. They were very intelligent, very, very, very smart. And their biggest concern was, we are LGBT. At the end of the day, we are our own people. Nobody cares about us. And they got into the thought of, they just want to be their own community in their mind. But see, that's how they want you to feel. Sodom and Gomorrah is just going to be Sodom and Gomorrah, because at the end of the day, everything will happen in Sodom and Egypt. Period. Sodom and Egypt, okay, is where everything will end. However, trying to even talk some sense into their head, we cannot just give up on them. Like I have some of those folks around me too, and I always I just had this discussion with even 3 of them, 4 of them, even if it's 3 at a time. I tell them, listen, you have been colonized, you have been dehumanized. They want to dehumanize you. At the end of the day, you are human. You have to come back to that. They want to make you seem like you're just some whatever, and then they want to put a P at the end and call you pedophilia. I said, that is unacceptable. You have to denounce this garbage. Because they're trying to okay pedophilia through you. Through this colonization, through this abomination. It's abominable. It's absurd. To the point where, I know a lot of people that are pushing away from them, especially when they started reading drag kings, started reading books, grooming children in classrooms. So it is a blessing that your children are home. Please homeschool your children. Don't worry about sending your children to this government, because they just gonna poison you. They're gonna poison your children. Man, listen. And I know that you have to fight this to the best of your ability, but the best way to be is not feed the beast. Don't feed the beast. Don't be a part of it with your content. Don't be a psyop. Don't be a fucking psyop for this bullshit. They will take your video. They will take your mouth. They will take your piece and use it. Cut it up on you. Y'all motherfuckers just... That's why, man, listen. I'm not playing. I don't play with people out here, because I'm not playing with myself. I'm here to keep myself safe and others as well. Wisdom is everything. Wisdom, without wisdom, man, you ain't shit. Without wisdom, you ain't shit. Period. You need some wisdom to make it on this earth, you know. And it's a shame because life is so much precious than that. They domesticated us so good that we are fucking domesticated in our heads on the strength of their forced indoctrination centers that they call schools. And a systematic system that is set up to oppress you, to keep you down, to close in on you like nobody's business. That's all they doing. Now they want you and your partner to one sleep up and one sleep down. They're telling you how to sleep in the bed because you keep feeding the beast. They tell you you can wear a mask. Now they want to drop the vaccines off in a blackout in the middle of the night and hold your ass. And I've been saying this because this is a great state a trailer coming in the making. But the Most High got something for their ass. That's why I said, hey, it's going to be a cold day in hell right here on earth. You know? Because a white man's heaven is black man's hell. And, you know, in the process of Esau, Edom giving up that heaven, boy, oh, man, he got to give it his all. He got to give it his all. That what he built up, when he spent a lifetime on this earth destroying, but this is a finale in his mother's sick old damn mind. You know what I mean? And guess what? It took every last one of them through every nation. They have robbed and robbed and robbed and robbed and robbed, still killed, destroyed to get to this level. So, this is it, y'all. This is it. And don't be surprised, you know, you got Hezbollah and Benjamin Satan out of Jew going at it, you know. Don't forget, Iran has hidden nukes. Okay, that's what our tax dollars bought those motherfuckers. Okay, a whole block full of money that Obama gave to them. Shift that shit. I don't know how. Don't even ask me. I don't even want to know. Okay, all that uranium shit. I watched Crimea be taken back from Putin, and this is the time that everybody was loving Obama. I've been doing this for so long that the Most High would, and there was no other way to watch TV. That's, you know who was telling the truth at that motherfucking time? RT News. RT News was going ham with it. I had special ways and different ways before, you know, things started growing. Now, shit is everywhere. You just gotta have true discernment. You gotta brainstorm shit. You know, before it was hard. Y'all missed the fucking memo. During those 10 years of Obama years, man, he did the most. He downsized the army. He killed our people. He fucking threw soldiers over fences and killed them. He wanted them to fucking do this then. Okay? This is extermination season, baby. They've been doing this forever. Forever. Okay? It's the rich and power that keep this shit going. Because they hate you right now. You know? They losing their fame. They're losing everything after they preyed on you so hard to get it. Okay? Don't ever get this twisted. You know what I mean? They preyed on your ass so hard. And now Nick wants to cry wolf. Now Nick wants to, you know, be Hebrew. Now Nick wants to be everything. But he still fucking held his ground. He still motherfucking sat there in that interview. And that's why it's so important that y'all have true discernment. But see, if you was on my level with this motherfucking knowledge, y'all would not be saying half the shit. You would see the crunching in his throat. You would see how he's like, turning his face to the side like, these lying ass motherfuckers, I gotta do what I gotta do. But at least we gonna hash it out some way, somehow. Because you gonna look crazy out here with me. But that's not the first time they do that. This, if you go watch Hebrews to Negroes, you will go see all those other rabbis. Go listen to Rabbi Falkenstein. Rabbi Falkenstein, type that shit in. Bitch, case done. Case motherfucking done. This ain't about Nick. Go listen to what Rabbi Falkenstein says. And listen to the whole thing with these fake ass Christians. They are the fucking problem. It's me, your girl, the Talk with Tiny. Fuck these gatekeepers. Do you. Have a